This is where the spinal cord exits the skull.
Are you someone who appreciates the ability to go around, move, and do whatever you need to do to be happy? I want to give you guys an awesome tip today and show you one of my little hacks that I use to improve my body's ability to move and feel comfortable. Imagine that there was a monkey in a neuroscience laboratory and that they were to hook up 144 EEGs to this monkey's brain. And they were to measure the different electrical inputs going in the monkey's brain. And they had him wiggle a finger. And they noticed that there was a very specific part in the monkey's mind or brain that was lighting up. And they had the monkey wiggle a different finger, and they noticed a completely different area of the brain lighting up in that monkey. They wanted to go further with the test, and they taped two of the fingers together. And almost immediately, those two areas started to become one. And 6 weeks later, they untaped the monkey's fingers after the two areas were now just one area, and the monkey had lost the ability to move his fingers separately even when they had been untaped. This is a concept that we call mapping. So every muscle in your body, everything that you can move and control may have its own area in the brain that stimulates the movement or the control of it. And this becomes really important when it comes to your feet and your toes in particular. So the same way you wouldn't wear mittens every single day, you probably don't want to wear socks that keep all of your toes together because it may be sacrificing the brain mapping of your toes. And your toes are so important because they make contact with the ground all throughout the day. Let's talk about what happens when you take a step. When you come down and your heel hits the ground, you roll through so that the middle of your foot and your toes contact the ground. The more surface area, the more of your foot hits the ground, the better. And then when you come up to take the weight off the step, your toes are the last thing touching. Now, if all of your toes were even, they were all the same length, this wouldn't be such a huge deal, but they're not the same length. So they all need to move appropriately and independently, and they all want to make their own decisions and be independent people. Wearing glove socks versus mitten socks wouldn't be as big of a deal, but your toes are all different lengths, so they need to move at different times to make you feel the best. If you're someone who thinks that your toes should be moving independently so they can do what they feel is best to help your body move, go out, get a couple pairs, try them out, and see how they feel, and let me know what ends up happening with that. I like Injinji. You don't have to get Injinji. I just feel like they're really well made compared to the other brands that I've gotten, and I would recommend don't buy the lightweight versions, buy the original weight versions or the trail versions because they'll last a lot longer. Here's the view of my personal stash of socks.